Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's session of Glory of the Giants here on Swindler's Den. How is everybody doing? Not you players, just the audience. I don't care how you're doing. But quick announcements. Of course, we have another show here on Swindler's Den. If you can't get enough of us, you can watch Curse of Strahd, which premieres on Fridays. We're making our way downtown, walking fast, looking to kick Strahd's ass, so be sure to join us for that. Also, be sure to follow all of Swindler's Den's socials so you can keep up to date with everything. Discord is our most get information fast source, and you can also talk to other viewers and players and DMs there. So be sure to join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. Otherwise, if you want to listen to audio-only versions of this show, you can go to the Patreon for $1. Grizz is scratching his chin, and it makes me question the things I've said.
I think I forgot to put the Discord in the description, like all of these episodes.
Whoops. Well, maybe it'll be there. If not, go watch Curse of Strahd and click on it.
In this episode, it may actually be there. Thanks, Baka.
Of course. But yes, audio-only versions for $1 a month on Patreon. You can get all of those. Everything is on there, all backlogged. So you aren't having to miss out on our earlier shows if you go do that. Otherwise, I think that's all the announcements for today. So let's introduce my players. We'll start with Grizlocke.
Hello. I'm Grizlocke. You can find me here for Curse of Strahd in this show, of course, as well as on YouTube and maybe Twitch. I don't know. It depends if I have energy. If my newborn hasn't sapped everything from me. So yeah. I play Kelborn Kerrigan, the half elf. I almost said fighter ranger. It's a rough night.
Speaking of sapping everything out of you, we have Barely. So just take something that he says. It's nothing against you. It's just whatever he says.
Hey, I'm Barely Caffeinated. You can find me over on Crits and Coffee on YouTube, where we finished our Baldur's Gate 3 campaign, and now we're questioning life. We don't know what to do next.
Another run.
Classic hardcore.
Maybe another run. We weren't super proud of the ending, but WoW Classic Hardcore is up next.
Who said that?
Oh yeah. Tonight I am playing Siegfried, a human cleric.
Speaking of not knowing what to do with yourself, we have DrPhage.
I know what I'm doing with myself tonight. Hello, I'm DrPhage, or Adam. You can find me on Twitter at Little Growth. I'm also on Gluttony and Earth, our interdimensional library production, along with Baka and Kyle.
Everybody's got it tonight.
But tonight I am playing Benjamin. Holy crap! The half-elf warlock who was being slandered, I guess, in said Discord. I don't know. There was a channel, and they said it was a Benjamin slandered channel now. I don't appreciate it.
It wasn't the Discord. It was a live chat for the premieres, which you could join us in on Tuesdays, which you're here, maybe, unless you're watching it after.
That is a good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and make one of those right now.
Benjamin Slander channel on the Discord. But last but not least, he's gonna nail it. Unlike everybody else, he's got everything under control. It's Kyle.
I don't, but you can find me over at Starbucks because all their seasonal stuff is back. Just at 3 p.m. though, only that time. But if you want to hear my lovely voice, you can find me over at Gluttony and Earth, over at IDL_RPGS. Pretty sure.
Who do you play?
Over there with Baka and Adam.
Ooh.
But today I'll be playing Kefforn, the boring half elf.
The boring half elf. I don't know why this made me think of this, Kyle, and we're going on a tangent for a quick second. You're talking about seasonal things. I went and saw the Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie last night, and I had to try so hard not to buy a bunch of merch.
Did you at least get the popcorn bucket?
No, I didn't go to AMC. I should have went to AMC to get that. I went to Alamo. Not a sponsor. But anyway, last time, I almost said on Glenmere. Gee whiz, we're on it tonight. Last time on Glory of the Giants, our group had made their way through the spider tunnels and to the Stone Giants society deep within the mountains. There, they spoke with the Council of the Stone Giants, the people who ran this society, and decided to take on the Stone Giant trials to get information as well as boons. They started taking on the trials, starting with a stone carving competition where they flew past everybody else within the competition, gaining some slight boons as well as some information that they found useful. They then went on to the next challenge, which was a stone throwing competition, which Kelborn, not Kelborn, he dropped out. Kevhorn was able to tie up the game with 3 rounds, but because he took second place in the other 2 rounds, was able to take the win, and also got himself a nice little boon and some information for the group. Our group then decided to take a little nap because they're like, hey, wait a minute, the third trials are going to be hard. During that time, Siegfried pushed his religious propaganda upon Kelborn, and Benjamin felt a little sad and lonely, being the only one talking to his patron, and also found some communion with the staff from the Daughter of Wealth, which may have changed him for the better or for worse. With that rest completing, they took on the third trial, which turned out just to be a fetch quest for the totem, which had fallen down a tunnel created by a purple worm. So they had to avoid the purple worm as they made their way down to the totem. Kevhorn picked it up and gained its boons, and they ran back up to the top, where they were greeted as having completed that trial. And with that, our group left the spider tunnels. They did some shopping and some they attempted to find some treasure, were unfortunately not successful in finding the treasure, but we joined the group as they make their way out of the spider tunnel back to the lake by the foothills of the mountains.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send Huey out ahead of us. What? And just like scope out what that situation is with the cart, because we left in a slightly tenuous position.
Yeah, you guys start making your way down the side of the mountain, and Huey flies ahead. Do you look through his eyes, or you just wait for him to respond to you?
I'll wait for him to say that he's there, and then I will look through his eyes.
It doesn't take long, but it did. Kelborn want to say something first?
So, if we do end up seeing her, should we not tell her that we killed her sister, or no. She didn't seem to like her very much, no?
I think she liked her enough, though. She was living here next to her sister.
You know what? I just won't talk.
That's as I'm like taking the staff off of my back and like rolling it in my bedroll so it's less noticeable, and then like strapping it back onto my back.
As you're talking to Kelborn, you do feel the air passing through the holes in your face.
Yeah. I mean, we can't do anything about that right now.
What if you tied something around like a bandana? Gah.
She's gonna ask about it, and then like I'm.
He's got a cough. Wee little cold. Doesn't want to spread it.
We ideally won't have to talk with her at all. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen.
I'm here.
I'll quick flip into his eyes then.
You flip into his eyes. You see the horses have been unyoked. Like you guys unyoked them and like to kind of tied them up, and they're just grazing and you see sitting with the owlbear, just like sitting on the ground. The owlbear is like sitting next to her. She's like scratching in between the tufts of feathers that are on the owlbear's head. You see Patience just sitting with the owlbear.
Okay. I'll leave Huey there and I'll flip back. Well, everything is still there. She seems to be fine with everything. So how we left things at least was okay. And maybe it won't be the worst thing as I like some scarf or something, just like pull it up a little bit and do like a little bit of a below the nose covering situation.
All right. Anybody want to do anything else before you make it down there? All right. You start getting closer. And as you do, you start moving through the grass towards her. She notices your approach and kind of stands up nervously, like steps away from the owlbear and kind of brushes her apron with her hands. And then she just like turns to go walk into her cottage.
Honestly, fine. I just keep going towards the cart. I don't need to talk to her because it'll only lead to awkward questions. Like I just like give her a nice little nod and then continue on towards the cart.
All right.
Okay, good.
Everybody else just join Benjamin.
I mostly look over at like Siegfried, like we're just gonna go. We just gotta go, buddy. I know, like we just gotta go.
All right. She
the cart in her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. If she's coming out before that, I was gonna say as we're like driving away, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, bye." Nice
yeah,
meeting
she just
you.
goes into her cottage and like draws the curtains. Catforn, your owlbear looks very happy to see you, though it kind of like watched her leave, and made to follow her, but then noticing you kind of bounds up to you, jumps up, puts its massive paws on your chest plate.
No, I just had a thought. I'm like, one of my echoes has like a bear claw. A bear claw.
Mauled by your own. Oh no.
Maybe.
Well, I'll give it a little pat, hug it, carry it to the cart.
Yeah, it kind of coos. Do a strength check. Athletics.
18.
18. Yeah, you're able to pick her up, but she's getting heavier than she was when you first found her, even though it's only been like a week or so.
Big girl.
You like it takes a lot of your strength, but you've been growing in strength as well. But you're able to carry her over to the cart. Not able to lift her up into it, but you carry her over to it.
Cool.
So
And then
where to next?
that is a great question. I think to a certain degree we have to head east again no matter what to get closer to any of our goals.
So you're here in the Spider Passage. You were told about a Fate Portal in the Star Mounts. You were told about a Fate Portal in the Misty Forest. And you were told about a dragon in Orogoth in the High Moor. You were also speaking about there's Goliaths in the spine of the world. There's frost giants doing an excavation up in Icewind Dale. So everything's kind of more westward.
Did he mean to say west this time? That's the real part. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I did. You're also told about fire giants in the the storm horns, which are southwest,
Way south.
way out of the way. And of course, the ocean was another stop by point for one of you, at least.
You.
What was that?
Nothing.
Technically two of us, but at least one of us.
So we either go do this dragon thing and then head to the Misty Forest and go through the Fey Portal, or we just head a wee bit north west and look for one there.
Yes.
Vote for dragon.
That's not what I was expecting.
No, I was not expecting that either. I think the dragon is our biggest gamble. Not that it may not pay off.
We need to take a gamble because we're facing against giants.
I know. All right. So, with the Feywild, are we looking to use that just as a means to get north, or is there something specific we wish to gain from speaking with the different courts there? I don't know what could be gained from speaking to the courts.
At the Feywild?
Yes.
Well, seeing as it seems the giants are using their portals for these attacks, they might be willing to side with us. Plus, it's kind of my duty to let them know what's going on. And also, I was thinking it could just be, we could go through the portal so that we could go through another portal to go to Icewind Dale. Sort of like a shortcut. I can't... Sorry, I'll work on it.
Baka, how common knowledge is Feywild time shenanigan? Like how common?
I think it's fairly common, and also Calborn would know about it. So, but yeah, it's fairly common knowledge.
How much are we going to have to worry about when we come out of the Feywild? Our missions here are still applicable, time-wise.
Baka.
Yes.
Is there a specific way you want me to answer this?
You don't know. It's always a gamble. How much time changes in between the two?
That's what I was going to say. No, it's never for certain. I've had times that I come back and it seemed like it's been no more than an hour, and other times, it's a few years. It's hard to say.
Yeah, the longer side of that is really what worries me. I mean, years would be catastrophic. I don't even know what timeline the Giants are working on, how much time we could afford to lose in a Feywild jaunt.
I will say, Calborn, it's like it varies, but typically going from the material to the Feywild has gone by faster. But going from the Feywild to material's gone slower. So usually when you go to the Feywild, maybe the Feywild's progressed a couple years, but when you come from the Feywild to material, maybe it's been a couple hours, maybe a couple days at most.
Okay. Well, it seems relatively time in the Feywild is much faster than this side.
Okay, that does make things easier.
Hey, and the good news is almost all of us here are half-elves, so, if we end up being there for hundreds of years, we should be fine.
I don't think we'll live for hundreds of years. I think that's still a problem for us.
Right. You're right. I forgot. I forgot about that. We're only half.
But that also means if we are delayed in the Feywild, it is less likely to cause us a delay here.
True.
Okay. So
Kelborn,
Oh, go.
you mentioned your mother. Was this last night? This would be last night?
He's mentioned her a couple of times, but last night was brought up.
Specifically when we were praying together.
Mm-hmm.
Is she also in the Feywild?
No. My mother is, she's further south than here.
Do you know her whereabouts?
Hey, she lives in the green fields, the town of Greenest.
Where is that on the map? I'm trying to look.
So Greenfields is the south. The town itself isn't on the map. But yeah, Greenfields are in the south.
Oh, right on there. Okay.
Yep.
Do you know of any portals down there?
I'm gonna say you don't know of any, but that doesn't mean there isn't any.
No, the closest one I know about is the Misty Forest, I think. I mean, yeah.
Or the Star Mounts.
Or the Stars. Well, that one's further than the Misty Forest. Technically, Baka.
Technically? Let's see.
I mean, the Misty Forest is south of the Star Mounts. I would think that would make it closer.
Misty Forest 15 feet. Star Mounts is like 5 feet.
What?
If you're going north,
From
Star Mounts is right up there through the forest.
Oh, I thought you were asking how far is it from
to Green
Fields?
Fields? Yes,
The
Misty Forest is
would be the
closer to Green
closest,
Fields,
is
but
what
to
I was
where you
saying.
are currently.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that the closest one
Oh,
I
okay.
know of to the Green Fields is the Misty Forest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Why?
I was just wondering if there was a portal down there to, so that I could maybe help her really quick.
What? How do you think you could help her? You don't even know what's wrong.
That's true, but I won't know what's wrong until I see for myself, to see if I am able to assist her. Unless you know what ails her.
No. No one's been able to figure it out. I've hired shamans and other medics, and no one ever figures it out.
Well, perhaps someday.
Hey, what if me and you go down there, and the other two go do whatever? Other
Go
thing?
down there. Kevforn can get the dragon.
Don't leave me with him. Out of character, don't leave me with him. He's gonna send me off to the beach.
You know what? You have a nice beach day, and we're gonna go.
What the heck?
We're gonna rent a nice little bungalow. It'll be nice and pleasant.
Are you trying to take out California on a date?
Maybe.
No.
All right. There is one additional wrinkle to add into this. I have been negligent on a agreement I made that I need to speak with my patron about. That
What is it?
It's a personal matter, but I need to speak with her most effectively. I need to get to the ocean.
Interesting.
It is. It's quite interesting.
I'm joking around. Kev4 doesn't suspect that.
So, I mean, if we are truly thinking about this dragon, we could go down there, hit the Misty Forest. We'd have to do on the way back. I guess it does make sense.
I know it's on our map. Do any of us know where Orogoth is, or are we just kind of like ignoring that little particular dot on our map?
No, it's on the map.
Okay, so we would. Okay. Okay, so then if we want to go to Oragoth, I honestly don't know what the easiest way in and out of that place is going to be.
Do a history.
Oh goodness, that's not my strong suit. That's an 8.
Yeah, you're not really sure. There isn't much Zentarum activity. Well, Orgoth itself is ruins. So yeah.
We may be able to, as we head closer to the coast, people in Succumber or Daggerford may know paths towards it, and they may have a better idea of how to get in and out of it. The question is, though, again, is speaking with the dragon. I'm nervous about that.
Hey, no, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Could just be like the stone giants.
He was described to us by our friend as a nasty, cranky old dragon. I may be paraphrasing slightly, but that was the vibe he said.
Maybe only in the mornings.
Can I also do, because we were told they were a black dragon, can I do a check of some sort on black dragons?
Yeah, you could do a nature or history.
I'm bad at both of them. Oh, I got a 17 though.
17. You would know black dragons are considered some of the I guess meanest is a very tame way of putting it, but meanest of the chromatic dragons, which are already pretty mean to begin with. But 17, you also know the black dragons are afraid of all of the other chromatic dragons. So it makes sense that he's sealed himself away, not only because dragons are just being killed, because adventurers and giants, but he's also afraid of other dragons, probably.
So just we're dealing with a very wrinkly, tattered situation. The black dragons are the nastiest of the chromatic dragons. And the fact that all of the other dragons are dead would probably be a benefit for them because they're afraid of all the other dragons. So us saying that, oh, you're the last big dragon here, can you please help us? They may say, oh, I'm the last dragon here, I can now come out of hiding.
You know, I think maybe the Dreamkeeper just doesn't like us.
I think we can keep the dragon as a potential. I don't know if we have enough to offer the dragon right now.
So I send a message to the Dreamkeeper.
Okay.
In any of the dreams that you have been seeing, is there ever a dragon?
Oh, hey there, bud. You know, not yet, but I'll keep my eyes open in your dreams. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, right. That tells us a lot, thank you. No dragon.
I do agree they would be a very powerful ally. I don't know how we can only offer them promises at this point, and I don't know how well they'd like to promise it.
Hey, that's not the only issue. It's not that we can just give promises. It's also that we have lots of magical items that he might want to steal.
So, okay. So no dragon.
Right
Portal
now,
it is then?
I think it's too early to go to the dragon. We may be able to find some things to offer the dragon. I'm not taking the dragon off the table. We're just setting it off to the side.
You could offer him the axe.
It's like I'm counting out coins for everyone. About that.
For the audience, they sold the axe in between sessions to the stone giants.
Yeah, if we're going to be postponing the dragon, then the portal in Misty Forest. If we could make a quick pit stop along to the ocean along the way.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why not the Star Mount? Close.
You know, the Star
We
Mount.
would.
No, maybe it's close. I don't know.
Perhaps
Star
your
Mount is definitely
patron-
closer. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say perhaps your patron could embark some wisdom on us about said dragon, and I will pray to Amater as well.
Yes, that's yes. She is Huey can speak to her more easily, and he has informed me that she is unhappy with the amount of time I have taken to speak to her. So the sooner I can speak to her, the better.
Do you think that you might lose your effectiveness in combat if you don't talk to her soon?
That could be the least of my worries.
Sounds pretty important.
Benjamin,
Really?
who is your patron?
That's a great question that Benjamin does in person. Pause before he answers. I have I serve the Siren Queen. She is a goddess of the depths and of the sirens.
Can I do a religion or
You
history?
may either or.
Can I?
Yeah.
I'm also gonna do that.
Okay.
Are you some sort of, I mean, I don't see scales on you. How did you
18.
come about, worshipping the Siren Queen?
I don't know if you want to give him information before I answer that.
Kevin, what did you roll?
16.
16. I'll say both Kevhorn and Siegfried, even with those high numbers, you haven't heard of a Siren Queen, but you've heard of like a goddess of the depths. That should be Umberly, shouldn't it? Which is known as the Bitch Queen. Never heard of the Siren Queen.
So you worship Umberly.
Benjamin,
No.
as you hear him say Umberly, your insides roil with the darkest storms conjuring over the sea, and you just feel anger radiate through your body.
So that is a quite forceful, pretty out of character, almost shouted, "No, I do not serve her. She is a annoyance to my patron."
Can I do like, I guess, an insight based on what I think just happened to him?
Yeah,
Like, is he possessed or?
yeah, you can roll insight.
I'm not gonna.
Never mind. That's a nat one for a 7, but I'm sure that doesn't matter.
You just
Yeah,
really offended
Benjamin
him with
just
that
like
name.
snapped for no reason. It was very strange.
I see. Well, that seems to be a pretty sore subject, so
Right, so we keep trying. Were you a sailor at one point in your life?
I worked on a ship. I wasn't a sailor per se, but I worked aboard a boat for a period of my life.
Is that when you came about, praying to this Siren Queen?
Yes, that is when we encountered each other.
Wait. Can I do a religion?
On what?
For all of the water-based, like, ocean gods.
On all of them? Yeah.
Sorry.
Every oceanic deity.
Every.
I'll tell you, I don't know every single one, but I'll try.
Probably roll bad. Oh, I lied.
Damn it.
It's no bonus, but it's a 19.
God damn it, Kyle. I gotta
Quick, we
find
need
the
a
name.
vamp while Baka furiously Googles.
Essentially. I should have saved this.
Oh, how's the weather?
There is Sekola, a shark god.
So I'll give you this. Obviously, you already know about Umberly, but that seems to be a sore subject to Benjamin. You also know, like, the wider sea, not the depths of it, is kind of looked after by the Wild Mother. Ocean-based gods. I have one too that I need to remember, and I don't remember what's he's called.
I'm only looking for one name.
I know you are.
Valkyr? Is it Valkyr? The captain
Okay.
of the waves?
So yeah, there's other ones based with some of the animals of the ocean and things. Valkyr is kind of like a seafaring based god, more of like the sailing portions of it. Yeah, and and it's weird because we were just talking about Umberly. You know that Valkyr is kind of like, he was known as one of the only gods that was able to traverse Umberly's storms.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise there's like elvish ones that are based with dolphins and sharks and all this other nonsense. So
Hey, dolphins, hold up.
hold on, tell me about the dolphin god.
Hold up. I like dolphin.
Deep shishales is that one.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
Well, if it's really important to you, let's go.
I greatly appreciate that.
Walk into my grave.
You are such a supportive friend.
All right, so so you're gonna head towards the ocean is what's happening.
Yes.
All right. What path are you taking to get there?
This
You gonna cut through the forest, or
I assume this one that kind of leads toward the misty.
yeah, there's a river you can follow.
Oh, that's a river. It's not a road.
Yep, it's the Delimber River.
Hmm.
I think that's how you say it.
Let me create a boat.
Sure.
Delimbyre. So yeah, there's a river that leads right to Secomber. And Secomber kind of sits on the connection point of two rivers. It's also sitting on Unicorn Run, which was the river you would have followed to get up to the Star Mount. But yeah, it makes it for an easy trail. So you start making your way in your little
Yes.
cart.
As we're going, I'm gonna have Huey do something slightly different. I know he normally scouts ahead for us.
All right.
But
Do I get a
If-
vacation?
Huey, I have a very important mission for you.
Oh, what is it?
I would like you to fly as high as you can and look for a flying castle.
Oh,
as
I
we're
can fly
going
really
along.
high.
I mean, I don't know how high this flying castle is going to be.
Okay. Just make sure none of them says that name again. Because I almost exploded last time.
I think I almost exploded too.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna fly now.
Okay, be safe.
Flap, 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 flap.
And I would
You
like
hear him
you guys
saying
know.
flap in your head the whole time.
Fuck nay. I shouldn't have taken the one that allows me to hear you across like, whatever distance. Just in the back of my head. Flap, 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 flap. I would let you guys know too. Since we don't know where the cloud giants are, since their castle can move, instead of scouting ahead of us, I have Huey flying up to see as we're traveling if he'll be able to see their flying castle at all. So we won't have advanced warning for dangers, but hopefully we can locate their castle, potentially.
Have Huey do I'll say a perception check with advantage, and that'll kind of cover your whole trip.
Okay.
For looking for a castle.
Did we think it was in the area?
You don't know.
Stone Giants didn't know where it was. They just knew that it was a flying castle and it could move. That, however, is a natural 20 for a 21.
Ooh, nice.
So you are traveling, and during the first day, you hear back from Huey.
He's like, I think I see something.
I immediately flip into his vision.
You look into his vision, and it's so far off, it's hard to tell. But to the north, there looks to be something, like on the far side of that forest, that you're kind of on the southern side of the high forest. It looks like there's some kind of structure in the clouds, but it's so far away, it's hard to tell exactly what it looks like, if it's just a trick of the light or something. But you think you see something to the north.
So are we talking like over near the Evermore's other side of the forest?
Closer to like the Arn Forest and the Nether Mountains.
Oh, that's very far away, and again in the opposite direction we want to go.
Da 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 da. I have a
Look.
giant map to use.
I'll immediately like pop back in and say, I don't know if it'll stay there, and it's not something we can go after right now. But I think Huey saw the castle in the clouds.
He thought he saw the castle.
Yes, it is truly so far away, though. It's on the other side of the high forest. I don't know how long it would take us to get there or what path we would take. I also, just how far away that is, no idea how Huey saw it. Must have been a exceptional moment for him.
I got a nat 20.
Oh. I mean, what are the chances we see it again? Do we think it might sit still for a while? Or...
I don't know. It sounded like it can move around and that it kind of moves when they wish it to. But I also don't know. It's so far away from everything else we want to do. I don't know if we can go to it right now. We may just have to start looking in that area when we wish to speak to them again.
I mean, yeah, maybe somebody will have seen something.
How would we even get up to them?
Well, I can fly.
What about the rest of us?
I could probably carry one of you, maybe. One at a time.
My hope, which is also very much a long shot.
He dies.
Umberly,
Mid-sentence.
Umberly.
Is that if one of us can get up there and speak to them in some way, shape, or form, that perhaps either they have a way for non-flying people to get up there, or they would land the castle? I don't know if that's something that's possible.
Do we, out of character, do we recall if the Cloud Giants aren't on what's his name's side yet, or they are?
They're kind of in a weird space. I don't think I iterated it well enough when I first said it. They're kind of in a weird space of they're on his side, but they don't seem to want to actually be part of the fight, kind of thing. So, like, they seem to want to reap the rewards with doing the least amount of work possible.
Well, there is a way for us to potentially get up there, but that is perhaps a longer shot. And I don't know how they would feel about a dragon flying towards them.
Okay. I mean, that crossed my mind too. Okay. I mean, yes, it is an option.
So we want to befriend the dragon and ride on its back.
Potentially.
I think the most important thing here is that we get to the ocean. Sounds very important.
Yes.
Get our
Yes,
toes
very much so.
wet, possibly drown. I don't know.
She has actually gifted me. I can breathe underwater, so I have no concern for drowning.
Convenient.
It is. It's one of the many gifts she has given to me.
As I flip through my echoes, getting the one that was drowned.
Doing like a walk around to Benjamin looking for gills.
You don't see any gills, just the weird dots on his face. You'd see like they kind of like they're visible normally, but like when he breathes in, they kind of disappear for a little bit, and then he breathes out, they become more visible again.
How is your patron gonna like that?
I don't know. It's gonna be a fun surprise when I get there. Technically, both goddesses of the deep, just different kinds of deep. So she may be cool with it.
Not steep.
It is useful, but I may also have to offer it to her as an apology for how long it took me to speak to her.
All right. Well, you're making your way towards Secomber. End of the first day, are you going to push these poor horses to keep going? You're about halfway to Secomber, you can assume at this point. You assume you'd get there by like early afternoon, maybe a little bit later the next day. Unless you push these poor horses, then you'd probably get there a little bit earlier morning.
You said it twice, and now I don't want to.
Up to you. You could camp for the night, or you could push it. These poor horses.
I think I was already gonna say, I think it's best if we rest.
I think we should push it.
Hey. How are all of you doing on rations?
I don't know if we have been strictly tracking them. If we have, I will subtract some off of the number that I have with me.
We haven't been super strict about it, but it has been roughly like 10 days at this point since you last bought rations. And Calborn has been hunting, so it's not like you've been in dire need, but you are getting low on supplies.
Nice. Speaking of which, I am getting a little tired of eating salted and dried meat, so I might try to get something fresh.
Excellent. Because if it has been 10 days and being supplemented, I'm down to very few rations because I had 10 rations on me.
Kilborn, could I join you?
I look him up and down. What type of armor is he wearing?
I have scale mail on.
The scale mail give disadvantage? Doesn't, right?
Yeah.
No, it does.
It does. I will say, like, if you're gonna be like mobile hunting, it would be a problem. But if you're gonna be doing like a sit and wait thing, it might take a little longer for someone to show up. But his armor wouldn't cause disadvantage if you're just sitting still. It just might take a little longer.
Well, I never know what I'm gonna go for, so if you take the armor off, you can come.
Fair enough. And he begins to take off his scale mail. And while he does so, I figured I taught you to pray, and I've never hunted before. So I hope it's all right that I join you.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, I mean, it's a good skill to learn. You never know when you'll be without easy to come by food.
And he'll set his scale mail, I'm assuming, like next to his bedroll or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take your scale mail off, start making your way into the forest a little bit to look. Kev, Horn, and Benjamin, you guys are kind of finishing setting up camp, getting the horses tied up off of the cart. The owlbear is just kind of sitting and hooting at Kev Horn as he walks by. Is there anything you guys want to say to each other while you're alone, or just sit in silence?
I don't
Sit in silence. Make it awkward as possible.
I don't think so, because Benjamin is plotting how he's gonna get Kevhorn to the ocean.
Fair enough.
He's coming up with plans to try and get Kevhorn to touch that ocean.
Is the ocean in view?
No,
Are we
not
high,
from
high
here.
up enough?
We're
No.
very
Okay.
far away.
Yeah, you're pretty far away, and it's not like you're in Highlands. You're kind of here at this point.
Oh, okay, never mind. I lied. Calfhorn. We'll finish up, setting up base. Everyone's tents and whatnot. And he'll lay down using his owlbear cub as a pillow. Look up at the stars.
Yeah, you look up at the stars as they're starting to come into view in the night sky. It's still like dusk-esque. Still enough light for Kelborn and Siegfried to do their hunting, which we will join at this point. You're starting to, are you moving to find something? Are you finding a place to sit to wait?
I'm looking for like a game trail.
All right. Both of you give me a stealth check, and then Kelborn give me a survival.
$19 for survival. Sorry, go ahead.
19 on stealth.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. And then 21 for stealth.
Yeah, Siegfried falls right in line with Kelborn, not wanting to mess up this thing that he wants to bond with Kelborn about. Moves silently through the brush, and pretty quickly, Kelborn, you find a deer trail running through some of these taller grass. So at least deer moving through here, if not other smaller creatures that might be using it as well to traverse this heavier not reeds, but like grass, long grasses.
Okay. This right here is a game trail. It's normally easiest to find them by sources of water. and you look for where the grass is laid down. If it's been used often enough, the dirt might be upturned, softened. The grass might be missing. So we'll follow this for a little bit. See if we can't find something, hear something.
And Siegfried will just kind of keep nodding as to remain as quiet as possible.
Wait, careful. That's poop.
You're able to step around the scat left behind. Kelborn, give me a d20. Just a flat d20.
10.
A 10. You go for a little while, make sure you don't get too far away from camp, but far enough away that there's going to be animals moving in the area that aren't being disturbed by Kevhorn and Benjamin setting up the camp. And up ahead of you, you do see a small furry creature just nibbling on some of the grass that had been pushed down by larger animals moving through here. You do see a rabbit sitting in the path.
I do like I do a hand sign like this as a two little bunny ears. And you see me do something you've never seen me do yet before, and I draw my longbow. And there's a distinct distaste when he when he takes it out. He draws an arrow and he pulls back. I'm gonna try and shoot one at this bun.
Yeah, give me an attack with advantage. It doesn't know you're there.
17.
17. Yeah, you hit. Clean kill. It drops right there. And you have some food for the night. It probably won't be enough on its own, but if you mix it with maybe some of the dried vegetables you have with you, you could probably make some kind of stew with it, or you can look for more.
And it's done just like that.
I see. Very, very interesting. I would never get to see anything like this in the monastery.
No violence there.
No, and in fact, I spent my entire childhood there, so I never even wandered out of the walls of Baldur's Gate.
How is it that you find yourself here?
Well, as I mentioned before, I was sent on a mission to Neverwinter to help with a disease going around, and from there I could hear a call from Ilmater that something else was awaiting me. So Father Albert actually never verified that I could go on this journey. But I'm sure he will forgive me once he realizes what's going on.
Better to ask for forgiveness. Right?
Of course.
Well, do you want to try and find one, or?
I think I'm okay for now. I wouldn't want to mess anything else up.
Oh, don't be silly. I'm sure you wouldn't mess anything up.
Well, I can try, but... And he kind of just opens his arms. He doesn't have any bow or anything on him. Any ranged weapon at all, as a matter of fact.
Do you have any spells that don't require speaking?
Well, the last time I casted a spell on a beast, it exploded.
Have you ever used a bow?
No, never.
Do I want to be the one to teach you how to use a dirty bow? You know what? I don't think I want to put that curse on you.
What do you have against bows, though?
I just like the coward's way out, you know? I mean, you want to get into the thick of it. It's unfair. I mean, think of it like you're out on the battlefield and they say, your best man versus our best man. And then, you know, they're expecting an honest fight, sword to sword, and out of nowhere, an arrow pierces them through the head. Seems like cheating, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it does.
I don't know. Oh, it's just giving me an icky feeling.
I see. Before we return to camp, though, I wanted to share some concern, specifically about Benjamin. I'm worried that he's walking down a bad path here.
Really? Oh,
well,
yeah.
that staff that he took from the sister, and now he has those holes.
Hey. He does have more holes than he had before.
And that goddess that he prays to. I've never heard of her.
It is weird that she's a siren queen, and he's just half elf. I mean, it seems a little weird. It's a little. I mean, sirens, they like drown people, you know.
Yes, I just worry about him, and I think we should be wary just in case.
I mean, you've been traveling longer with him. You notice anything else strange?
Well, I've personally been wondering. I haven't asked yet, but I wonder why he decided to adventure in the first place, considering he was working on a ship. And I don't know what brought him to me in Neverwinter, brought him to that mission, and why he decides to do what we do now.
Well, maybe he got a calling like you did from your god.
Yes, but Ilmater is a true god. I have my doubts about his goddess.
I mean, you think he's
Can
up
I
to
go
some
join them?
sort of trouble.
No, you're looking at the stars.
All I'm saying is be wary. This is a goddess that I have never heard of, and seems a little desperate, perhaps.
I don't know. I mean, he seemed nice to me.
Well, you know the saying. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
They do say that. You know, now that we're on the subject, I don't think his bird is really a bird.
I agree. I've seen it shapeshift into multiple things now.
You know, one time I did think it was a crab, and I thought that was weird. And then... I don't know. I don't know. Well, thank you for trusting me and talking to me about this. Because here I was thinking we were all just one happy family.
Well, at the end of the day, you are all still my friends, but I just worry about him.
Siegfried, go ahead.
I have no ill feelings towards him. I'm just worried.
Siegfried, as you mentioned the bird, or the bird gets mentioned, you see a little red-headed pixie stick her eyes out from underneath Kelborn's breastplate and then duck back down inside.
I've been meaning to ask what that is all about too.
Oh, this is Sphinx. Sphinx, come on now. There's no birds around.
You see like a sparkle of green and gold pixie dust as she flies out from the breastplates. Well, you never know. We're in a forest. They're everywhere.
That's true. I didn't actually look to see if there's any birds.
What is she?
I'm a pixie. Have you never seen one before?
She's got two.
Well, as you've heard, I didn't wander much out of Baldur's Gate until recent.
Yes, a shut-in, of course. Well, if that bird's ever gone, we can teach you how to live out here in the wild.
What do you have against birds anyway?
They eat you.
They eat you?
Yes, particularly.
I see.
Hey, but thinks I told you this bird. I don't think it's a bird. We've seen it as a crab before, so I don't think it eats the same things.
We've also seen it as a strange little fish monster before, and that's not much better.
Well, fish don't eat pixie.
That thing didn't look exactly like a fish. Maybe whatever that thing is does.
Well, he still is a little grubby regardless.
What do you thinks about Benjamin?
I don't know. He seems kind of fun. He likes to mess with like magic things. That's always a good time. I don't know. I get muffled stuff being in your breastplate all the time. But you know how it is in the Fae. You can never trust anybody, so maybe Benjamin is just part of that.
That's not true. There's plenty of people I trust in the Fae.
Yeah, and look how far it's gotten you. I take that back. I'm sorry. There are good people, obviously.
Well, Finks, I appreciate you showing yourself to me, showing enough trust in me to reveal yourself.
I don't trust you. You're just not a bird.
Well, enough. You trust me more than a bird.
They will be letting Princess Galliandra know about this, Finks?
No, don't tell her. She'll be so mad at me.
Well, perhaps we should be on our way back soon before they get too suspicious.
Hey.
You're not going to tell her, are you? She's like sitting on, like holding onto your ear and talking right into it.
No, I'm not going to tell her. Come on.
Okay, good.
Snitches
what we talk about between us is just between us.
Snitches get stitches.
That's true. And I'm right next to your chest. I could stab you at any point.
What a loving relationship we have here.
Well, yeah. I'd never leave you. You know that.
That's so sweet.
Flies back into her breastplate. Starts drinking from her acorn flask. I don't know why I made her an alcoholic. But she is. All right. Yeah, you get the rabbit, bring it back to camp.
Maybe pick some berries along the way if we can.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Pick some berries, and like your survival roll is high enough. You pick some berries and some other vegetation that might bring some flavor to whatever you end up making with the rabbit. And you get back, are able to dress it and start working on food.
How did the hunting go?
Got a rabbit.
Excellent.
Hey.
Did you see anything interesting out there? Any signs of giant? I mean, I don't know if giants are going to be moving around here, but you didn't see anything unusual out there?
No, not out there. No.
Okay, good. That's good to hear that things are quiet in this area then.
Hey.
Very, very pleasant.
Yeah, you're able to make dinner for everybody, and settle in. Is there any other things people want to talk about before resting, or should we get to watches?
Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
Hey, Benjamin.
I wasn't a part of the group. I didn't hear any of that talk.
Hey, Benjamin.
Yeah.
There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What is it?
I think it would help for my friend to hear it from your mouth. Your bird.
Okay. Huey.
It's not really a bird, is it?
Hmm.
I mean, I've seen it like a crab and a fish thing.
No, Huey can look like a bird, but it wasn't born a bird. I like look up at Huey on whatever branch he's standing in, and we'll say out loud, "Were you born?"
I guess at some point.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't know how that worked.
And like when you talk to it, it's talking back to you.
Yes, Huey, you can talk out loud to them now. I guess they know enough.
Hi, everybody. I'm Huey.
Do you eat small creatures?
I guess technically I can.
Oh, that doesn't help.
Huey doesn't need to eat. He likes to chew on things.
Yeah.
Look at that things. You have nothing to fear.
He just said he likes to chew on things.
Yeah, he likes to chew on things. He doesn't eat them, though.
I mean, I eat them in a sort that they go into whatever the space in my inside is.
Huey, I don't fully understand everything about Huey.
Me either.
Okay. Well, that's a lesson we all learn throughout the course of our lives, you know. Kind of, I feel like sometimes that's the point. Understand who you are.
But Benjamin, you do see a little head, a little red hair, green skin with like darker green freckles pops up from Kelborn's breastplate.
You promise he's not going to chew on me?
I promise you, and I look at Huey as I'm saying this as well, you will not hurt our friend in any way, shape, or form.
Does it hurt to chew on things?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
You do know what poison ivy is?
No.
No?
It's very itchy. If you get it on you, you get blisters and you get itchy and red.
I don't think I can itch myself when I'm a bird.
Right, so it would be miserable for you. And thinks, you know, her whole body is just made out of poison ivy. You know, if you were chewing on her, you know, it wouldn't be good.
Do you just have a constant case of poison ivy then? That's miserable.
Oh, I say in your head, I'm lying.
I was like, okay, it's easy to lie to Huey. I don't care.
All right.
I just don't want him to eat her.
I promise if Benjamin says not to, I won't hurt anybody.
Which I say you cannot hurt anybody.
All right.
And thinks you have my permission to hurt that bird if it hurts you.
You see her kind of float out of the breastplate. All right, I've been tired of staying in that stinky breastplate all the time.
Excuse me?
You don't shower. I'm catching on to your accent now. I should stay in the breastplate.
Well, at least somebody's figured out the accent, because I haven't.
She kind of rests on your shoulder and crosses her legs. Well, what are we going to talk about now that we're all here?
I didn't have anything in particular to speak about.
Okay,
what is your name?
Finks.
Pleasure to meet you, Finks.
Ah, yes, likewise. All right, well, I thought people would have more to say to me being a pixie and all, but I guess it's just commonplace for all of you. What do we think? Bedtime?
I do have a shape-shifting bird, so it's very interesting.
That's true.
But in the scheme of things, like, it's never run of the mill, but
Yes.
less surprising than some others may find it.
Fair enough. All right. With that, we can do watch. You don't have to do watches. You can just go to sleep.
No.
But who wants to? What order do we want to go in? We need at least 3 watches to get a full rest for everybody.
I'll go first.
All right. Faerun sits up, his owlbear snoring behind him. The rest of you can start going to sleep.
Yeah, I can take the second watch.
Okay. Faerun, give me a perception check.
That's 17.
17. You are hanging out, sitting in the dark of the forest, listening to the fire crackle in front of you. Your owlbear snoring behind you.
Oh, we never found out that the owlbear won't eat her. Damn it.
And maybe like 2 hours into your watch, you hear a very faint noise coming from the darkness. It almost seems like metal, like lightly hitting against metal, as if somebody's walking in armor.
Hey. I'm sure it's not going to affect you. I'm going to shake Calborn away.
Well, what's going on?
Nope. I think there's something. There's someone around here. I heard armor.
Do a perception check, Kelborn.
Hell yeah. That's a 22. That sounds right.
With a 22, you hear the same sound of armor. Somebody walking in armor. It's faint, but coming towards you. And with the 22, you also feel the wind change directions.
That's all, Calborn. I did not notice that.
You did not notice the wind change, no.
Yeah.
There's a shift on the wind. Is it going? Is the wind now blowing toward the sound of the footsteps, or like away?
The footsteps seem to be coming with the wind.
Oh,
like the wind's behind the footsteps coming with it.
You know, I think maybe we wake the others.
Well, first, I snuff the campfire.
All right.
How long does it take me to put on a breastplate?
It's like 10 minutes or something, isn't it? Or 5 minutes?
10 minutes?
I think it's shorter to put it on. I think it's 5 minutes to put it on, 10 minutes to take it off.
And if you have somebody to help you, it's less, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Faerun.
Half.
Do you want someone to help you?
Can you help me put this on?
Yeah, let me just take care of the campfire.
Thanks. Help me put this on.
The echo.
Can you just put it out with a snap, or do you have to do it manually? Do you have something to put it out?
No. I meant I just snap my fingers and the echo pops up.
Oh, the echo does it.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
It starts
Nice.
kicking the fire out. But the footsteps are getting closer. They seem like to be at a casual stroll. They're not like sneaking. They're not running at you. Just seems to be walking towards you.
I go up to actually I can't do anything. I'm helping you put your armor on. I'll have my echo.
Oh wait. Oh, roll a d6 by the way.
Yeah, I just realized. To 1.
A 1. That was the drowned one. So you have a bit of seaweed.
Fitting.
Okay, fitting.
Water
Benjamin,
dripping off.
The echo starts slapping your face lightly.
You wake up to see the drowned Gavorn looking down at you.
What is happening?
As soon as my armor's on, let me know.
Yeah, your armor's on.
Oh shit, yeah. I sprint like kind of into the woods that direction. Toward it. Like I'm trying to get within range of being able to see what it is without it seeing me. Is the plan.
Okay. You begin to run into the forest, and Benjamin begins to wake up, and both of you notice as Benjamin starts like talking, the wind dissipates, and you don't hear the walking anymore.
What is going on? I was about to run towards Siegfried, but did I notice the wind stop?
I think you more notice the sound stop, but
Okay.
Kelborn would notice both the wind like go neutral, and then the sound stop.
I was about to slap Sieg away. Never mind. But I see my echo slapping.
Just still slapping him.
Stop.
Why
I
did
put him away.
what why did you wake me up?
There was someone coming towards us, but now it's gone. And Kelborn just ran into the forest.
Yeah, Kelborn,
don't
you
know.
didn't get very far, maybe 10 feet away from where you were.
Okay.
I still am looking for this thing though.
Do a perception.
Ooh. I mean it's an ooh, but it's like it's a Kelborn ooh, so it's a 17.
17. With a 17, it's not that you see something that makes you like, oh, this is what it was. It's the lack of seeing something that's very strange to you, because you know it was getting close, but you couldn't see it, and you see no trace of anything being here.
I start explaining. Actually, I can't explain really well because I didn't hear the wind. It just sounded like someone in armor walking towards us.
And then it stopped.
Stop. It just stopped.
You didn't hear it go away. Didn't
No.
hear it. Are you sure you didn't dream it or mishear it?
I'm pretty sure Kelborn heard the same when I woke him up.
Okay. I will, mostly as a precaution, recast mage armor on myself, just so I have that for another 8 hours. I mean, okay. I'll spores to Kelborn. Have you found anything out there?
Oh, it's like it vanished. Hold on a second. And
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think you have
cast
to
Detect Evil and
whisper.
Good.
All right. Give me the wording for Detect Evil and Good.
No, I didn't even look it up first, so hopefully it's doesn't make any sense for this. The duration, you know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fiend, fey, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature's located. Similarly, you know the place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
All right. I'll say with that, you don't get a hard reading, but there's like faint remnants of celestial. Like you can see it almost like Finks's fairy dust just dissipating into the air.
from like where I thought the noise was.
Like from that direction, yeah. It, like you see it for a second and then it's just gone.
I look up. Anything up there?
Nope. Just the night sky, the stars above you.
I come back. Is anything setting it off in camp?
Nope.
Nothing.
Maybe. Hold on. Huey might be.
Huey would register as a fiend.
Yes, Huey does register as a fiend. And also Finks is a fae, so... And technically you're a fae, but not really.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Okay.
You don't see any celestial
I
there,
have some
else.
Suspicions.
What? You knew he wasn't a bird.
No, not you. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Actually, hold on. I forgot about something. My brain. There we go.
Should I wake Sieg?
I don't.
He looks peaceful.
Umberly.
Huey dives on to Siegfried starts fighting him.
Clawing.
Sorry. I think you would actually see something else. Why doesn't it say?
I've cracked the case.
While he's looking at that, I mean, if Kelborn didn't see anything, I don't think there's any reason to work up Sieg.
F it. You see a faint celestial on Siegfried.
Okay.
I'm gonna determine that you do.
Cool. Okay. I take all that in. Alright, so I went into the woods where we heard the sound, felt the wind, vanished. It's gone. I did a little doobly-doo, and I saw like a faint sheen of what type was it again?
Celestial.
Celestial. That was gone.
What does this Celestial want with us?
Don't know. But I suggest we move the camp.
Okay. I guess we have to wake up Siegfried then.
Kefron goes over, lightly slaps his face. Sieg! Sieg! Sieg, are you awake? Sieg! Even though you're talking, Sieg, are you awake?
I am now. Knock it off.
Oh, okay. Hello.
What's going on?
There was an intruder, but now there's not. So we're gonna play safe and move camps.
Oh, all right.
It may be a long shot. Can I do some sort of check on what celestial it could have been? I feel like this is very far out of my wheelhouse.
You can try for religion. It's going to be very high DC. Though.
Yeah, like it just. Nah, that's an 11. I got nothing.
No, you have no idea.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not a church guy.
Kefron.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to talk to you, so you have the conversation with Kefhorn first.
Kefhorn, could you help me with my scale mail?
What am I?
A friend.
Okay. He puts up his echo again. 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Stone crushed Kefhorn appears like this mangled arm is trying to help you put this armor on.
To make me go by quicker.
Yeah, definitely.
It takes a little bit longer than if Kefhorn himself would have helped you.
While they're doing that, I asked Siegfried, when that thing came out, we heard it. There was wind blowing, it changed directions. It's as if the wind was blowing with his walking, and it was giving off a celestial vibe. I was wondering if you might know what that is, since you're a man of the cloth.
Can I do a check for that?
Yeah, you can do a religion.
Siegfried is still very tired. That is a 6.
You're just very groggy, and you can only think of Ilmater and Umberly and
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. What time is it?
It's only been 2 hours, so it's still like close to midnight, maybe.
That's the worst. Waking up after 2 hours of sleep.
Mhm.
That's my life, baby.
Oh, that's unhealthy.
Yes, I'm good. I should get that checked out, but here we are. All right. Yeah, you guys are able to pick up camp. You don't have too much to pick up, just like your bedrolls, and get the horses hitched up again and get moving. How far do you go?
How much further of a trip was it if we were to push the horses, being mean to them?
It still would have been like 10 hours.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say maybe we just go all the way at this point. They rested for 2 hours.
Ken?
How far, I mean, I'm not very experienced traveling in the woods. How far would be safe to continue before we make camp again?
Honestly, the fact that that thing disappeared and seemingly came out of nowhere, I have no clue. That's why I was thinking maybe we get all the way to the town.
I think we still need some rest.
I think the horses need rest more than we do.
Yeah.
But also, by that logic, did we break down camp for nothing if it can just appear out of nowhere?
Potentially.
I say for peace of mind's sake, just move an hour-ish.
Okay.
No.
Siegfried walks over to the cart and rolls his bedroll into the cart and lays in the cart.
I go to put my bag and stuff in the cart. I say, "Don't worry, the secret's safe with me."
Oh, what?
Right? What? And I blink, and I go back to doing something else.
All right, you're able to load up everything, move down the river an hour, start setting up again. And
You guys just go to bed. I'll set up everything.
That's not how it works.
But we can get back to watches. Kevin, are you going to continue watching, or are you going to bed this time and let somebody else watch?
Continue watching.
All right. How much longer do you want to watch? You've already watched for 2 hours, so you probably have two. Well, and then you moved an hour. You probably have an hour left in you before you have to go to bed to get a full night. Or 2. No, you can watch for 2 more hours. We can essentially just, you'll be an hour behind waking up essentially.
Okay, I'll do 2.
Okay. Do a perception check.
Swear to God, if this bitch pops up again.
All right, guys, let's go another hour. Keep going.
Slowly.
Perception. I got the same roll, 17.
You don't hear anything?
Nothing. I might try to not. Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
You wake up the next person.
Which was Benjamin.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very crappy.
Benjamin wakes up. Huey comes and sits next to you.
I don't like this.
You can do a perception check, and if there's anything you want to do during this time as well.
No, can I use Huey for advantage on that?
Yep, you can do that.
That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, you just hear the flow of the water, the nearby river. The owlbear snoring slightly, Kevhorn snoring louder. Otherwise, it's a pretty peaceful night.
This is not canon, but whispered Huey, I think they're fucking onto us. They found us out. We gotta go.
Oh no. Let's run.
No. Again, Benjamin is truly like trying to come up with plans to see how he's going to get Kevhorn into the ocean.
Sounds good. Kel, who's next?
I'll go next.
I'm waking up Kelborn because he made us move, so he can do the last.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, Kelborn, you're up. Faces up with you.
My lowest roll. That is a 14.
14? Yeah. The sun's starting to come up within like 2 hours of you doing your watch. So it's that dawn, the gray dawn, fog rolling over the river. Anything specific you'd like to do during this point, or you don't hear anything?
I look like at the trees where like I assume Huey is.
Yeah, Huey is sitting inert, eyes wide open in the trees.
Oh, damn it! I wave my hand like kind of in its direction.
Doesn't respond. It almost looks like you wouldn't know this in this world, but it looks like just a taxidermy hawk or osprey is just sitting up in the tree. I guess there's taxidermy in this world. It looks like a taxidermy hawk just sitting in the tree, just not moving at all, not breathing, not blinking.
double wave arms now.
Nothing.
I flip on the bird.
Nothing. He doesn't do anything.
Double flip.
Nothing.
All right, I'm gonna try and sneak into Benjamin's bag.
Okay. Do a stealth check.
Ooh. Hey, yes. Okay, 24. Let's go.
Yeah. You get in there. What are you looking for, yeah?
Anything suspicious?
What would he find in that bag?
In his bag, he would find 2 water skins, some rope, a probably a small bag that just has salt in it, couple of potions, and that's really it. No, and then he would also he has like a brass bowl that's like wrapped up, and then inside of that are like incense and different things that you would have seen him use when he resummoned Huey in the cave.
Is there any markings on that, like iconography of any sort?
I don't know if the spell needs it, which means I need to think if there would be, just for fun.
It's really up to you.
Yeah, it's
I think there would be. It would still probably be pretty simple, just because it is more utilitarian than anything. But there would be along the rim of the bowl, just a continuous motif of chain, just like one Chains. Like chain going all the way across the rim of the bowl.
I mean, I put it back. I see the staff, but I'm not gonna do anything. Even though I want to cast a spell of magic on it. That requires verbal components. So I don't do anything. I just wanted to see if he had anything like clearly suspicious.
Yeah, I don't know how much that carries over to what he would still have on his person. There's some slightly different things he would still have on his person, but that's what it would be.
You'd have to do a different check if you were to look at his person.
I don't think I would risk that, to be honest.
All right.
And that's all I do on my watch.
Yeah. Otherwise, you hear like the forest and life around the river coming to life in the morning, which you heard so many times before. Just the amount of time you spent out by the portal. But eventually, everybody starts to wake up.
Just start heading towards the village.
Yeah. Start picking up camp. start picking up camp, start heading towards Secomber, and that's where we'll take a quick break on our end. We'll see you guys in half a second. Hold on to your butts. All of you have woken up. You have collected your belongings, bundled them up into the cart.
I'm awake.
Stretched. And
Do you want to watch?
Oh, I dozed off there a little bit.
Okay.
No, it's okay. Finks was watching.
I was asleep.
Shut up.
Oh.
But you're able to start making your way once again. You know you are on the north side of the river, so you're going to be coming to a joining of two rivers, and you're going to have to cross it. There is going to be a bridge there. You can see it on the map. But you start making your way. It's going to be like 10 hours before you get to Secomber. 9-ish, somewhere in there. So you'll get there later in the day. It's pretty early morning. It's like 6 or 7. So you start clomping along. Who is driving for that matter?
That's a great question.
Nah.
I'll do it.
All right, Kevin will drive. Owlbear sitting right next to you. And you move along, sir. I want to open it to you guys. I know you've already talked a lot this session, but if there's anything else you want to bring up from the previous night or anything new that's come to your mind, you can do so now. Or if there's anything specific you want to do while you're traveling.
Kelborn, you mentioned last night a secret that I had.
Don't know what you're talking about. Nope.
Can I insight?
Yeah, you can do an insight.
Okay, fine. I'll insight too. God.
Should I deceive?
If you'd like to.
It's a 24.
16.
I only got a 14.
I only got a 12.
Yeah, Kevhorn and Benjamin, it's like, what are they talking about?
You rolled such a good insight versus my deception. I would say you're able to tell I'm lying, but as if I'm lying on your behalf, I feel like.
I see. Well, never mind then. And I would just say throughout this journey, you know, Siegfried does pray a lot throughout the day, and he'd be praying specifically about Benjamin and his situation throughout the entire day.
Right?
Out loud?
Oh,
like, damn.
My fucked up friend. I think there's something wrong with him.
I just speed up the carriage. Come on,
We gotta go.
All right. And within a couple of hours, you do come to a bridge that leads over Unicorn Run. You start crossing over it, and I'll say, Kelborn, with your 15 passive, is that correct?
No.
No, it's,
Oh, what is your passive?
16.
16 passive. You kind of are just looking around at things around you, and you look at the river as you cross over it, and it looks pretty clear, but you do see like streaks of, it looks like murky black sludge almost moving through the river in different parts. Like it's part of the, like it's not like something separate. It just looks like the water itself is really murky and sludgy in parts as it flows underneath the bridge.
Do they dump their sewage into the river at this town?
It's running from north to south, so it's running towards the town.
We're currently on the bridge.
Yes.
Let's get over this bridge as quick as possible. Go.
okay.
Yeah, it's not a very long bridge. Just kind of goes over this 10-foot wide river. Make it across.
Yeah, there's black sludge in there, and I don't know. I don't know. I got a bad vibe from it. So.
Like what? Like on top of the water? Like what was like?
Like in the water.
In the water.
No, it was just sludge. It didn't look like. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, some sort of sludge, but you know, sometimes sludge comes to life. There's sludge monsters.
I guess that makes sense. Okay. Are we still going along a river that river feeds into, though? Correct.
Yes. So Unicorn Run and the Delembire River run into each other and just become the Delembire River. And I'll say, as you like start following the river once again, and heading towards Secomber, everybody do a perception check.
6, 15.
16.
13.
19.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll say all of you, now that it's been pointed out, can see like the river just looks really murky, and you can see like streaks of like sludge moving through the river. Just like it doesn't look clean.
Oh, so it's like a lot now. Like this is like spanned for a while.
Mm-hmm. Like it started when you were crossing Unicorn Run, and now it's fed into this river.
Okay. Alright, maybe it wasn't a monster. I didn't realize there was so much of it.
Is that the scat you mentioned yesterday?
Not. I mean, maybe. Don't know.
Maybe some deer got into some nasty berries.
That's a lot of deer and a lot of berries.
I mean, I feel like it'd make more sense if there was a town upstream that was dumping their doo-doo into the water. But I don't think there's a town like that.
Does it have a smell, Baka?
What was your perception?
16.
16? Yeah, it almost smells like decay.
You know, it kind of smells like death.
Cuffhorn slightly steers the cart away.
How big or how near would it have to be if something was rotting in the river for this much pollution? This is mostly rhetorical. Concerning.
Hey.
Should I go towards the source or keep going towards the town?
We need to restock regardless. We at least need to stop at this town.
Hey, if we stop at the town, there's a chance they might know what's going on, especially if it's affecting their water supply. So, they might have a better idea. Also, yes. I have no way of cleaning this up.
Okay. Towards the town.
All right. You continue towards Secomber. Couple hours towards the town. You start to see it in the distance, and you get closer. It's a smaller town, maybe like a Phandelin-sized town. You see some shops, people moving about the streets, doing their daily duties.
It was them.
Yeah, it was him. But yeah, you start making your way into this town. No guards or anything to stop you.
There's no guards to stop us. Let's rob this town blind.
Okay.
But you do see like some businesses. You see there's a tavern, pretty like run of the mill tavern, nothing fancy. You do see a small inn that you go past. There's a market, like not a market. There's like a general store thing. People wave to you pleasantly as you enter the town.
I would start heading into the general store just to, again, do resupplies on all the things we need.
All right. I will also mention there is like a small tower on the far side of town. Yeah, and a fort, kind of up on a hill on the outskirts of town as well. Small fort. But you, oh, go ahead.
Is there like any like fishermen or like a mill, like a water mill?
You don't see a water mill, but you can assume there probably is some fishermen. You don't see any, but there probably was some at some point at least.
Was there a fish market stall?
Do a perception.
I almost rolled a bad die. That would have been a mistake. Damn it! I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, you don't
have said
see
anything.
like you see some boarded up buildings that seem to like they were some kind of business that's run down, but nothing that like stands out to you.
What a shame.
But you do see this general store. It says Reginald's General Store.
As I'm buying all the things we need, I'll ask who I assume is Reginald behind the counter. Have you? We've been traveling. We were coming from upriver. What's wrong with the water? We noticed that it's something seems to be in it, and it doesn't smell quite right.
Yeah, Reginald, who's been helping you, is older man, white, like floofy hair but bald on the top, large nose with his glasses sitting further down the bridge of him, hunched over a little bit. He's like, he seems to be like, you can see like all the inflated joints in his fingers, taking a little bit extra time getting your stuff. So, the river's been, I don't know, something's gone bad in the river. Not safe to drink. We've been having to go upriver a little bit to the crossing point to get the clean water from the Delimbire River.
When did this start?
It's been people started getting sick a couple weeks ago, like 1 or 2 weeks ago at this point, and 1 or 2 people died, and we started just getting water from somewhere else. We have enough people going missing around here. We don't need to be dying from the water too. Sorry, my son-in-law is usually here to help, but he didn't come in this morning. I feared the worst. Sorry, I'm just dropping things on you. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. You just here to buy things. I shouldn't be dumping all of our problems on you.
No, I mean, we are problem solvers of sorts.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it's where people are going missing?
They've been for many years, like once every 2 or 3 months, maybe. Sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. People will just wander off and not to be heard from again. But as of late, it's been getting more frequent. I don't know
I don't know what's changed. Maybe the water. Maybe they're looking for water. I don't know.
Well, if it's been happening for years, it's probably not the water. And you said your son-in-law is missing.
Yes, Trevor usually, well, he might be missing. He usually comes in and helps me every day, but this morning he didn't show up, and I hate to think anything bad happened, but you never know.
I don't. Who is everyone in the store with me? I wasn't sure how we were splitting up.
Yeah, I would have walked in like after I looked, like I kind of scanned around, didn't see a fish market stall or anything, and would have went in with you.
Yeah, Siegfried would also be buying rations as well, so.
Yeah, I'd be there too.
I'll just kind of look at everyone. Do we have time for this?
Do you have time for this? You're the one that wanted to go to the...
I don't think I do, but also I don't know. I don't know. I will
say it's about 4-ish p.m. right now when you rolled into town.
It does make me upset that people are getting sick. Although, I asked Reginald, do people know not to drink the water now? Are they still getting sick?
Oh yeah, the council told people not to, and like we have people designated to haul water from upriver every day, so there's plenty around. Enough for us to survive, I should say.
People still drink it though?
Not that I know of. I mean, there may be the odd fool or so that does, but I haven't heard of anybody dying in town of it recently.
That's good.
Did killer fishing market though. Some still go up and get what they can, but nothing to hold down a store or anything.
Could you give me maybe the name and location of one of the people who steal fish?
Oh yeah, old Briar. He lives just down the street there. You just take a right at the fountain and go 2 blocks down, and he'll be the stone building there in between the 2 wooden ones on the street there.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, is there anything else I can help y'all with? Otherwise, if you're just stocking up on rations and whatever other nicks and bobs, 2 gold's enough to cover it all.
I dropped the gold on the counter.
Thank you.
Who... For the missing folk, has anyone looked into it? I know it's been an ongoing problem, but is there anyone who has been in charge of trying to find them?
We've tried to, but nobody's ever seemed to really figure out where they're going.
Where does your son-in-law live? Where does he live in town?
Oh, if you go down the road like you're leaving town, he's the first house on the last block of houses there, over there.
Okay.
My daughter should be there still. If he's not, her name's Stacy. Trevor is my son-in-law.
We'll try to look into it. I will not promise anything, though.
Oh, I appreciate anything you can come up with. It's been many years this has been happening. Nobody knows why, so I don't expect you to take time out of your busy problem-fixing lives to see what's been happening to us for many years.
Yeah.
So distraught, Benjamin. You're an adventurer.
Yeah, pay for things, pack everything up, and just kind of look at the group outside of the shop.
So are we gonna help them?
The river sounds like it's too big of a thing for us to take care of right now.
Hey, I mean, it wouldn't hurt though, maybe just split up and talk to Stacy, and then another group go talk to Old Briar. I would, because if he's fishing on this river, he might have an idea of where the muck stops and starts.
Yes, definitely. I can go and speak to Stacy, see if she knows anything, see if we can find anything there.
I mean, I agree. You don't have to. If it doesn't seem easily fixed, I don't know how much we can do. But it wouldn't hurt.
Based off of the time of day, I figured we would be spending the night here or nearby. So if we can take care of something tonight, perhaps, but I don't think we can spend much more time here.
Right. We'll have to do it in a night.
Indeed.
All right. Who's going where?
Old Briar.
Briar.
All right, Kev and Cal are heading to the Old Briar.
Cal.
Sigrid, Benjamin, do you want to go to talk to Stacy?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. So
Stacy's mom.
nope, Stacy's mom has not been mentioned. We'll go with Kev and Cal first. You head down the street. You find this house that was described to you.
Knock, knock, knock.
The door opens. Like a larger man, beard, dark beard.
You are a large man.
Oh yes, yes. Strange thing to point out.
That's a really large man.
Oh, I don't know why I opened the door. What can I do for you folk?
You want to take the reins? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We heard that you've been fishing on the river.
Aye, that's my job.
And we've noticed that there was this sort of muck.
Yeah.
Would you possibly
River's gotten real nasty as of late.
Yeah. Would you possibly happen to know where it starts and where it ends?
If I could have known where it starts, I would have fixed it by now, I think.
Well, where are you fishing from? You're fishing from the muck?
No, I go over to where before the Delambire meets with Unicorn Run. It's coming from upriver from Unicorn Run.
So you at least know where it stops.
Well, I don't know where it stops. I know where it's not, and it's in the river that's not part of the Unicorn Run.
I will put a hand on Calborn's shoulder and whisper, "Isn't that where one of the portals is?"
Hey, I think you're right. Shite. Why are we going to the ocean again? I can't remember anymore. I mean, what kind of stupid idea was that? I mean, we had all this planned out.
I think Benjamin wanted to have a date with his patron. I mean, we're already halfway there. I think we might as well just go to the water.
Sorry, go to the water, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. So you don't have any information that might help us out. Is that a herringbone? I point to his floors, and then I let myself in.
Oh, okay. A man of Florian, I see.
Wonderful.
Before this continues, sorry, sir. Thank you. As I put an arm around his shoulder. Stop it.
I'm peeking all around here before he like pulls me back.
Do an investigation, I guess.
You never know. I mean, maybe this dude's the evil mastermind. he wanted the only fishing spot in the area. You never know.
Swear.
That's a 5.
Yeah, you see the herringbone floor. 2-story small house. It seems like it's just like a eating / living space down here. Probably lives by himself. You see some fishing poles. You don't see anything nefarious though from this quick scan. No like blob monster in the corner or anything.
Okay. Faerun was like pulling me back, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, sorry. My manners. Sorry, I'm not from around here.
I don't recognize your faces. Where are you from?
Far away from here.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go about my day if you don't all mind.
Yes. Thank you for showing us your house.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I
love the
worked hard on it.
It's very stylish floors.
Yes. Did a lot of money.
Still pulling. All
right.
Well polished.
Yeah. Have a good day. Slowly close the door.
We could get arrested, even though I saw no guards. We could get arrested.
No, I remember there was clearly no guards. You're right. I thought if I could get inside, I might see, just a theory that could be something suspicious. But no, I just saw fishing poles. He's legit.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's coming from the portal.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
Do we know where Stacy is? Yeah, we do.
Yep.
Well, let's head to the...
Hopefully they have better luck.
Right, you start heading towards Stacy's house. Benjamin and Siegfried, you are at Stacy's house.
Knock, knock.
Door opens. Woman, probably in her late 20s. Like a pale blonde hair, almost starting to turn gray, tied up in a bun. Hello?
Good afternoon. This is a bit out of the blue, but we were speaking with your father, Reginald, at the general store. I'm Benjamin. He had mentioned that your husband has gone missing?
He hasn't heard from him at all?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, no. Well...
we, if we can, would like to help as much as possible. Do you know anything about when you last saw him? Was he acting strangely?
It's just a normal eve, as any other. We went to sleep, and when I woke up, his side of the bed was unmade, and he was gone.
Okay. No one in town has ever been able to find trace of these people who have gone missing.
No, I fear the same things happen to my Trevor. They usually go missing in the middle of the night. Without a trace. No word to anybody about where they're going. Or if something's come to take... I assume I would know if something came to take him, though.
Would you mind if we took a look around to see if we can notice anything that you may have missed?
I mean, if you can help, yes, come in. opens the door wider for all of you for both of you to come in.
As I'm going in, I'm thinking like, I don't know if we'll be able to help, but we can take a look.
All right. Yeah. Do an investigation as you look around. Again, small house. The bedroom is off of the main like living space, and the kitchen is separated. So maybe a little bit more money being people that are related to the person that owns the only general store in the town.
Did you want both of us to, or just?
Yeah, you can both, or you can give advantage to somebody.
I've already rolled mine.
Okay, I rolled a 16, so.
Right.
I got a 6.
Benjamin, you don't really notice anything, but it might be because you're looking for the wrong things. Like you're looking for some kind of sign that he like maybe left a note or something came in. But Siegfried, you look, and it's you notice like his boots are still by the door. You can assume like the boots he'd wear day to day. So he didn't stop to put those on. Yeah, that's what stands out to you the most.
Siegfried, through the rapport spores, will tell Benjamin his boots are still by the door. I wonder if he's or was being controlled.
That's possible. Can I have Huey outside while we're still kind of looking around in here? Can I have him look specifically for bear footprints leaving the house and like go out a little bit to see like off of the main path to see if there's any footprints leading out?
Like I'm not gonna even make the dumb joke. Yeah, do a perception.
You have so much restraint compared to me.
I would have said it too.
I was gonna like seriously be like, oh, you mean like?
Oh, don't say it. You're gonna. Nope. La.
Huey only got a 16, or no, not a 16, 11 perception.
11. Yeah, it's like late summer, early fall, so it's not like the ground's wet from spring rains or anything. So he doesn't really see any footprints, but to that effect, he also doesn't see a sign of struggle.
Okay. I'll again relay to Siegfried. I guess as we're like looking at now, almost more of like poking around just for the sake of it. Huey didn't see any footprints outside, but he may have missed it. But there also didn't seem to be a struggle outside either. But we may want to take another look outside. I don't know how much else we'll find in here.
Oh,
All right.
If it's any help to you folk, the door was just open. Wasn't locked. It wasn't shut. I assumed he just forgot it when he was going into work, but he's not there.
Yes. Your husband doesn't do any work in the moors, does he?
In the moors? No, nobody goes down there. It's very dangerous.
Okay. I just know it's nearby. I wasn't sure how often people ventured into it.
No, not very often. Adventurers like yourself sometimes, but when they stop in here to get supplies, but we don't go in there. I'll say at this point too, Kevin, Kel, you find yourselves at the house.
Yeah, this is probably, I would think we're probably wrapping up at this point and heading out.
Oh no, it's just basic hardwood. Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was herringbone.
No. This new place.
Siegfried will also offer a prayer of comfort to the wife before he leaves as well.
She appreciates your gesture, though it's still like fighting back tears, knowing that she'll probably never see her husband again.
Sorry, can't afford motion.
Sorry.
The group to go outside.
Yeah.
I did have just a couple questions before we go.
Oh.
What did your husband do for work?
He worked at the general store with my father.
Oh, right.
She kind of laughs to herself.
What?
Oh, no, sorry. It was funny because I assumed you knew because they knew.
Oh yeah, I was. Don't worry about that. Hey, do the people who have gone missing? Have you noticed that they're all male or female or?
Oh, it's anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Is your husband? Is this woman human?
Yes.
Is your husband human?
Yes.
Are most of the townspeople human?
A mix of human and halfling.
Have any of the halflings ever disappeared?
Yes, a few of them have as well.
What color hair did your husband have?
It like almost black, really dark hair.
What were the hair colors of other people who have disappeared?
I guess there's been it's been over many years, so like blonde and brunette and.
What religion is most
I see what you're doing.
worshipped in this town?
I mean, it's a kind of a mix. There isn't really we don't have like a temple or anything for a specific religion, so people just kind of practice what they find to be most in line with their beliefs. And nothing outrageous, if that's what you're looking at.
No, I was just wondering.
Okay.
Alright, I'll start wrapping it up here.
Okay.
Actually, I thought of a question.
Okay.
Hey, go ahead.
Did your husband tell you, or do you know what the last thing your husband was going to do before the disappearance?
I mean, we were sleeping.
And you heard nothing?
No.
Do most people go missing at night? If or all?
Yeah, usually in their sleep, from what I've heard.
Right. Did your husband often sleepwalk?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Did your husband's personality change at all?
Oh, he was normal when we went to sleep, from what I could tell.
Well, if they just poofed out, I whisper to the group.
Well, the door was open.
Anything else strange?
Oh, no, other than the door being open and his boots still being here.
His boots here? Is there any signs of a struggle? Did you find anything?
No, not that we've seen, at least so far.
Okay, last question. At night, has there been any reports of strange sounds or gusts of wind?
No.
Seem to come out of nowhere.
No. At this point, like, she's been trying to hold back tears, and you see they're starting to come out of her eyes, and then she like stifles a giggle. It's like, sorry, it's just I don't know. It's a situation where like you don't know how to respond. Sorry, I just need to sit down and catch my breath. Is there anything else you need?
Can I insight?
Yeah, I would like to as well.
If she's being genuine with that excuse.
Yeah.
I got a nat 20 for a 23.
All right.
I got a nat 20 for a 24.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
So both of
I didn't
you,
roll a nat 20.
like, it's strange that she's giggling. Like, obviously, there are those situations where you're like, you don't know how to respond, so you just react in that way. Even though this is still even stranger to do it, then she does seem generally taken aback as to why she giggled. Because she does seem genuinely distraught.
So she seems surprised by the giggle that came.
Yeah, like that was like it wasn't that she felt that she needed to giggle and wasn't able to hold it back. It's that she doesn't know where that giggle came from and don't know why it happened.
Oh my gosh.
I'll say both of you get a nat 20 as well. It was very slight in Reginald, but Reginald also like laughed in a weird spot at one point.
Okay. And she also laughed earlier too.
Yep.
Would the mud not be needed to consume to affect the people?
This has been happening before the river.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I lied.
This has been going on for years.
Oh, years.
It's just become more frequent recently.
I think if we have any other questions, we'll come back. But I think we've gotten everything for tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for at least looking into it.
Thank you for your time.
Unless
I want to do one more thing.
All right.
I'm gonna detect evil and good because I should have that back since we long rested, and see if I sense anything in here, on her or like in the room, like a voodoo doll somewhere. I don't know.
What? Oops. I typed detect Evo semicolon Av. It then accidentally hit enter. I'm just checking the limitations of it. Yeah, you don't sense anything. Just the
what I sensed
Fae in your breastplate and the Fiend in the tree and the weird faint celestial from next to you.
Eddie, it was nothing. Nothing here.
Before we go, Siegfried is going to pop an Eyes of the Grave. Any undead within 60 feet would notify him.
Nope, no one did. At least not within 60 feet.
Kill myself and then resurrect myself.
Would your thing pop or like ping if my echo's around?
Technically, no. Your echo is something else. It just appears as an undead version of you.
Well, thank you for your time, Mom.
I thank you.
If you think of anything that might help us, come find us.
I'll let you know.
She got a bit of an accent.
Just slightly.
Okay. Well,
walk away from the house a bit, just down the road some. But then I would still mention more specifically to Kelborn. Do you see any tracks of him? We didn't notice anything, but I'm also not very good at tracking.
Oh, yeah. Actually, my working theory is that they're sleepwalking, but probably something is, controlling them to sleepwalk away. Because if he left his shoes and the door was open, it sounds like and you didn't see a struggle. It sounds like he left on his own free will. Right.
Yes. Under his own. He wasn't dragged out.
Aye. But clearly he wasn't in the right state of mind either, since he didn't bring his shoes. So
no.
And if they were all sleeping, seems to be that time seems to make prime opportunity.
Yes,
I'll
She
search.
also seemed a bit. She seemed surprised when she giggled at the end there.
Did she?
Like she didn't know why and wasn't expecting it. Not like laughing for the sake of trying to express any sort of emotion. She seemed surprised that a giggle came out in that moment.
Now that you've said it, the shopkeeper did that also.
Did.
Well, we could choose one. I could detect thoughts, and then somebody else just talk to him a bunch until he does it, and then I could see, I could listen for what might be causing the laughter.
I mean, this is obviously something the town has dealt with for a long time. It's at least been around. It's getting stronger because of whatever's coming through the river. I thought it may have, even though he's a ways off, originally it could have had something to do with the dragon and the moors that he's calling people to him. But I don't know. The laughing doesn't fit with that, though. That feels like it's something different.
As we're away from her, I think the muck is coming from the portal up the river. Star Mountain.
Benjamin pointedly does not respond to that. Like, very much like looks elsewhere when you say that.
Can I try look for a track?
You know what is kind of weird? Like,
What?
well, I mean, we're not near the ocean, but I mean, people walking away, going out into the it kind of reminds me of a siren.
You really struggle with that word in your accent, don't you?
Hey.
You really just,
It's a Scottish thing, like burglary. They can't say burglary. It's the R.
I mean, potentially, but I also have not seen her influence outside of anywhere that had salt water.
Oh, I wasn't accusing, goddess. I mean, she sounds like a wonderful deity.
I mean, it is siren adjacent, so it's not out of the question. But again, I don't know. Do I know of any like freshwater version of sirens?
Do just a general nature check, I'll say.
Yeah,
It's gonna be pretty low DC.
they
but
do have it. It's the top half is like a freshwater bass, and the bottom half is human legs.
That's an 11 for nature.
Yeah, I mean, even with an 11, there are variations of merfolk all across Faerun and even into like the Feywild and stuff. They're definitely freshwater merfolk and probably fresh because all merfolk aren't sirens. Essentially, is what I'll say as well. Sirens are like a specific kind of merfolk. They are merfolk, but they just have extra abilities essentially. But yes, you could assume.
I mean, I guess it's a possibility. It doesn't seem like any of the people here are aware of it, though, which would be unusual since the river isn't that. I'm assuming it's not like an enormous river where merfolk would go unnoticed for years.
Yeah, no, it's only like 10 feet wide and it doesn't look very deep.
What if?
Yeah. So,
what if something is calling these people further in upriver, killing them off in, like, they're just slowly rotting at the top of the river somewhere, and that black ichor is just all the decay flowing down. Like, there's just a massive stack of bodies somewhere.
Well, if the portal really is upriver, have you heard of anything from the Feywild that could do this?
Oh, man. Have I heard of anything from the Feywild that could do this?
History or nature?
Ooh. Yeah, nature's better. So 19.
You've heard of things like swamp trolls and stuff that can make water nasty, but not generally like this.
No, nothing really too much like this.
They're usually in stagnant water, so I should say this is flowing water and seems to be a consistent source.
I think whatever's happening to the river is empowering this phenomenon, not the phenomenon is causing the contamination of the river.
Yeah, it was 19 nature, correct?
Yeah.
Kelborn? Yeah, along with that, I will say, if it was like a carcass or something that was causing this, it probably would have washed away at a certain point because of the flow of the river. But it's like, from what you've heard around, this has been a consistent problem for a couple of weeks.
Right. But what if it's just like, because they keep refreshing the kills?
It could be they keep putting new bodies in, and it could be that. So
not that I actually.
It's either they're refreshing that, or there's just something that's constantly causing it.
Yeah. You want us to look for tracks, you said?
Yes, it feels like this has to be coming from the moors. That the villagers don't seem to like to go there. There's a dragon that lives in there. I don't know what else could be in there that could very easily be drawing folks out there.
Yeah, if Kelborn and Kevhorn want to do survival checks.
Let's do it. Oh, come on now. I still like, I get a +6, so it's not terrible, but it was a 13 total.
Yeah.
I got a 22.
A 22. Yeah, with a combination of the two, like Kelborn, you see some footsteps coming out of the door. We're on the west side of town, so it's like close to going out of town. And you see they do, like, you kind of lose track of them pretty quickly after they come out of the door. But Kevhorn, you do see they go westward out of town, following downriver. So they aren't going towards the moor. They're not going upriver towards the source. They're going downriver.
I should have asked her if he drank the water.
This is also like the phenomena has been happening before the water was contaminated.
I keep forgetting that.
It's just more frequent now that the water is, apparently. It's lined up with the water being contaminated. This has been happening more frequently. It was happening like every 2 to 3 months before. Now it's like maybe twice a week.
I mean, this isn't in line with Kevhorn, because he wouldn't do it. I want to investigate that muck.
Okay. Well, how do you investigate it?
I don't know. Is it magic? Is it not organic? Like,
are you like
not meaty?
Scooping some out of the water or something?
Yeah.
Okay. You scoop your. You go over to the river.
With gloves.
This is a great idea. No, listen.
Actually,
one of us drinks the water.
No.
And then goes to bed tonight, and the rest of us watch and see what happens.
But it doesn't happen all of the time.
What if we make it real enticing?
You know, I think this is a great plan. Kelborn, since you suggested it, I think you should be the one.
Why don't we just follow the footsteps?
Oh, you found footsteps.
I will say, Cavhorn does see them go out of town, but he does lose them. He doesn't like have a straight path the whole time. And they like meander a little bit. It's not like a straight path either. It's like it kind of weaves a little bit, and like it'll go into the mud and you can kind of see them well on the riverbank, and then it goes away from the riverbank into the grass where you kind of lose them.
He also, you asked Stacy, he also did not drink the water.
Oh.
No one's been drinking the water because it has only been getting them sick and killing some of them.
I mean,
I think it's a good experiment to find out anyways. Calborn?
you think they bathe in the water? I just don't know. I mean, maybe we just leave.
I mean, we are going to be going downriver tomorrow. We may find what's left of him or him as we travel.
Okay.
Siegfried, if I did get dysentery, do you have some way of curing that?
Theoretically.
Theoretically, or in truth?
If it is, let's see here. If it is a disease, blinded, deaf, and paralyzed, or poisoned, yes.
I'm gonna scoop some into my hand and drink it.
All right. Do a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Disgusting.
It does just taste gross.
8.
8 is gonna fail. You are poisoned and you take 9 points of necrotic damage.
Oh. Oh, that's rotting my insides.
You just feel your insides turning inside out.
Oh.
Like everything just wants to get out of your body. All of your organs, your muscles, everything just feels like it's being corrupted.
Siegfried will sigh.
No, don't. Don't do it. Don't. I have to go to sleep. I don't want to have to drink it again later.
I think you might go to sleep forever.
No, I...
You already have like a little bit of shit running down your back. I don't know if you've noticed, but
if I think it gets real bad, I'll let you know. But let's go to sleep tonight and see if I start walking in the sleep. So we rule it out.
4:30, my dude.
It's getting close to 5.
All right, fine. You can cure me and then I'll drink it again. All right, before we go to sleep.
Hey, he's in it to win it. He's gonna figure out what's going on here one way or another.
Well,
what a trooper.
We'll have to bunk together, but you're sleeping on the floor.
Fair enough.
All right, you cure Caliborn.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, you cure him.
And he just kind of pulls the poison back out of his mouth.
So you're no longer poisoned. You did still take that damage, but no longer poisoned. All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to look into before night?
I mean, there's that fort, but I don't know if they're going to tell us anything more useful. I don't want to go talk to them. Like, it seems like no one really knows what happens to them. So.
Yeah, you don't really see anybody going to and from the fort either. It looks pretty empty. Same thing with the tower.
Where did they say they get their water from?
Upriver, before the Unicorn Run and Deliember River combine. They go up above and just get it from the Deliember.
Essentially, they're getting it from the part of the river you followed before you started seeing the
No, grossness.
I don't have anything else to do tonight. I'm not going to drink any nasty river
You
water.
couldn't just let me drink it the one time. Now I gotta go drink it again.
I didn't want you to drink it at all.
All right. Well, you're able to find, there is a tavern if you want to go there. It's called the Singing Sprite. Otherwise, the Seven-Stringed Harp. Or no, Seven-Stringed Harp is the tavern. The Singing Sprite is the inn.
This mystery is gonna kill me, dude.
Hey, you said you wanted a mystery, baby.
Benjamin isn't feeling like hanging out in the tavern, so I think he just gets himself a room at the inn and retires for the night.
All right. Yeah, you interact with the innkeepers. Oh, just I don't know why they all have this dumb accent. It's a 2 silver room for the night.
Pay it.
He takes the silver, chuckles to himself as he gets a key for you and hands it to you.
I hate it. There's something with the laughing. What's with the laughing?
Funny times, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Everybody else gets a room, I assume, or two of you are bunking up. It sounds like. All right. So yeah, it'd just be 2 silver for the 2 of you together, and then Kev if you want your own room, it'd be silver for you.
Hell yeah, I want my own room.
Here's a silver.
All right.
I contribute 1.
Yeah, you guys got your rooms. What do you all do in your rooms? Just go to sleep, or?
Go.
Well, I had to go drink another thing of the water.
Okay, we'll get to you in a moment then.
Okay. That was very important.
I would let Siegfried know that if anything happens, like, I'll be up for a while, but like if he does start wandering or you need assistance with something, like just let me know. Just let me know.
If I need you, I'll send the sun in the sky.
That sounds ominous.
All right, Kev, you doing anything?
Is there a church?
No.
No? Okay.
Nope. Stacy said there was none.
Stacy's mom. No. I'd be asking if they let pets in, and then introduce my albergue.
I mean, if it's well trained, I guess you'll be charged for any damages.
Hate it.
I'm too tired for questions. I'm gonna just head to bed.
All right, Kelborn, your
So-
time is now.
First. Oh, I guess first I drink the water. Yeah. First I go drink
Constitution
water.
saving throw.
Ooh, that's a little better than last time. 14.
Still gonna fail.
Damn it.
You are poisoned and 5 points necrotic damage.
Okay. Oh.
This is such an awful idea.
And then I come back to the room, and then, hey, Siegfried, so, if I do wander away tonight, can you bring my sword with you in case I wake up and we have to fight something?
Siegfried will glance over at his sword. I'm not sure I can pick that up.
Oh. How about this? And I take the bow and arrow. And...
Yes, I'll
Oh,
take your bow.
I hate that. I hate that.
You can use my mace.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna take my boots off, put them by the door. Make sure you don't lock the door tonight. I'm trying to
All right.
make this as close to what's been going on around here. I'm gonna actually yell downstairs, down the inn. You have cream cheese or whipped cream or something?
Fresh out, actually.
Shite. I was gonna make myself look extra appealing.
Where were you going
In front of Siegfried? In front of Siegfried?
Where,
Look, we're friends.
Where were you going to put? Where were you going to put that whipped cream?
I mean,
I'm asking you, Grizz.
Look,
where were you going to put
if
that
I'm
whipped
gonna-
cream if you got it?
if I'm gonna be, if I'm gonna be nude tonight, I need at least something covering me bits.
Who said you were going
Why
to
are
be
you
naked? Do you normally sleep naked?
No, but I mean, I assume maybe that man was.
Sig's gonna get an eyeful tonight.
Oh, don't worry, we're all men here.
He is a pain bearer, so.
All right. Are you sleeping nude, Kelborn?
Yeah.
Okay. Kelborn is nude. As you try to go to sleep, please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Also,
Give me a con save first.
I don't want a shit in pants. The con save was a 9.
Okay. Then I'll do a wisdom save.
I missed the I'm taking it. I don't care. It was a nat 20.
Nat 20. You do
23.
take 7 more points necrotic damage. But even with your skin feeling like it's peeling off and your insides retching and in constant pain, you're able to somehow find the muster to fall asleep during all of this pain. Siegfried, are you staying awake?
Yes. Siegfried is also just going to put a blanket over him. And he is also going to rapport spore the other two if they're awake and just say that Kelborn found the need to strip. I'm very uncomfortable right now.
That's a
That comes through the report form.
How did he fart in his brain?
That's how bad it is.
I don't know how, but do you need help?
Well, I don't think we fully thought that. Well, one, we don't know when he's going to wake up, so I may have to be up all night watching him.
I don't want to watch him if he's naked.
I threw a blanket over him.
I'm like kicking in my sleep.
We can. We should take shifts to see if he goes so that we can rest somewhat. You can at least use rest in my room, Siegfried, when I'm watching him.
Well, we don't know how strong this poison is necessarily. It may be best for me to stay closer just in case. I can sleep. I don't know how big these rooms are, but I can sleep in the corner of the room or what be it, just in case.
Probably not big enough for anything that's going to happen. But yeah, it is. You're right. It is important that you can rest as well if something does happen, so you're not less than your best.
Well, I appreciate it. I will chime back in once I need some rest.
Yes.
All right. We'll have the first 4 hours go by of Siegfried's watch. Can I get percentile rolls, so D100, from everybody that's asleep?
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't have to drink the dirty water to do this. Damn it.
You don't know.
Okay.
86. 86 those patties, crabs.
I don't know if it's good. I got a 98.
Okay.
I got a 62.
All right. 4 hours pass, Siegfried. Kelborn is retching in his sleep, but he doesn't get up.
Gurgling on my own barf. You have to spin me sideways. Put me sideways.
Can I see about how well he's doing, constitution wise?
I mean, he's still poisoned.
Right.
It's not great. He doesn't seem to be like he's not dying quick enough that you'll have to worry about waking him up to do anything about it, at least at this point. So he's holding on pretty well.
Okay. If it's 4 hours in, he would just we haven't tried this, but he's going to try to rapport spore to Benjamin. Benjamin.
Why?
Yeah. It takes like 1 or 2, but it wakes it.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I could use a little bit of rest as well.
Yeah. I'll be there just a second. Yep. Okay. Come over and find a chair. I don't know. I feel these rooms cannot be that big.
They're not very large. Basically big enough for 2 beds.
Yeah.
And Siegfried would probably motion him to anything he's been using throughout the night, just to kind of keep the area somewhat clean. Whether it's rags or whatever he perhaps could have used throughout the night.
Yes.
If you need me, don't hesitate.
I won't. It's like softly dabbing at Kelborn's like nasty sweating forehead.
And whatever you do, don't take that blanket off. And he'll leave.
All right. Siegfried settles in for sleep while Benjamin watches over Kelborn. Once again, everybody that's asleep, give me a percentile.
37.
92.
36.
All right. Passes by. No problems.
I will attempt to wake Kevhorn then. Just send him a little Kevhorn.
What?
You have to take one of these watches too.
Why?
You have to. Because you wanted him to drink the water.
It was funny.
Nah. The things I've seen, it hasn't been funny.
I don't want to see that. Can I just send my... No. I was in here. I didn't even have Huey watch. He should be there.
I could have
right
had
now.
Huey watch.
You hear a knock on the door.
I open it.
It's his echo.
No. I stab it with my dagger. No. I just need to hit it. I'll hit it eventually.
It disappears.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
I will throw his nasty naked blanket on you.
Ew.
Get your butt over here then.
Who's gonna watch my precious baby?
They're asleep.
And he's asleep.
You need to watch him. I'm now at your door, just like opened it up. Like, you need to get in there and watch him.
Oh, you got into my room?
I mean, I would be at your door, like rattling the doorknob as I'm forcing you.
He opens it up. He's shirtless. But fine. As he turns around, you'll see the tattoo.
How does it look
But
now?
what was up?
How does it look now?
It doesn't look like anything. It's just zigzags, scribbles. But he'll put on a shirt. And another shirt. And some gloves. Extra padding to block out the dirty, the disgusting muck.
It's not pretty.
He comes out looking like a marshmallow. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Wake. Seek up if anything happens. Nothing's happened so far. I mean, nothing unexpected.
Okay.
I'll be next door, trying to sleep.
Okay. Clocking in for my shift.
All right. Everybody who's asleep, roll me a D percentile.
A D percentile. Let's go. Ooh, 55.
27.
7.
As the night begins to draw to a close, still in the dark hours of night, we see as Benjamin is sleeping, suddenly he sits up, wide smile on his face. With a slight chuckle to himself, he gets out of bed and begins to make his way out of the inn. And that's where we'll end for the night. So, thank you all so much for joining us. We'll figure out next time, maybe, what's happening in the world here. Again, be sure to follow all of my players on their various socials if they want you to. Or follow Swindler's Den and follow Swindler's Den on all of its various social medias. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. We'll keep making stories together.
Bye.